Hey, this is Pretty Kitty. Welcome back to my channel. So we are on day 9 of Vlogmas. I'm going to do a little bit of a voiceover because I'm trying to figure out, I'm working on my ideas. Yesterday on day 8's video, I spoke about my ideas on doing Fairy K foxes and Maho K monkeys and how I wanted to convey that. So now I'm just recording a series of my processes and how I'm trying to figure out these ideas. So right now what I'm working on is I'm working on image thumbnails. I'm trying to figure out how the overall shape and the overall feeling, the values, just different things on how this image is going to look. I just want to start off with something. I'm just scribbling things in, trying to figure out what's going on in my head. I have a couple of ideas, like I wanted to do something with clouds. I wanted to do something candy related, maybe donut related. I wasn't entirely sure. I was trying to figure out, where these characters would stand, what they do. Is the character, is it a full body character? Is it going to be 3/4 of a character? Is it going to be like a profile shot? And I was really stumped on how to figure it out. So I was trying to just figure out exactly what kind of feelings or like what general ideas am I trying to work with. And as you can see here, this is actually in real time. This is not sped up or slowed down. This is just how thumbnails should be. Honestly, I think thumbnails should be even smaller than what I'm working on, simply because I don't want to get too wrapped up in the details. I quickly got frustrated with that. So now I'm working on writing ideas and writing words. I'm writing feelings, I'm writing my moods, I'm trying to figure out keywords. I ended up stumbling on this word called Afropop, which is almost like Afropop, which is, to me, makes me think of like black women and just like super poppy, colorful ideas. That was an idea of mine. I was thinking of working on like pastels, something cute, something cloud, something happy, just trying to find ideas and words of what I wanted to convey. So I actually end up liking this little chibi character, and that's funny because I don't really draw in a chibi style, but I really enjoyed doing that. But it was very frustrating just trying to figure out, like, how am I going to tie this together? I had a specific idea. I wanted to have these little Fairy K, themed or dressed characters in some sort of environment, some sort of something. I wanted it to be something more than just, here's a subject looking cute, no background. I wanted these characters to interact with each other. I wanted them to look like they could be in a picture book. I wanted them to have some sort of relationship with each other and doing something. So I just was in a mixture of sketching and a mixture of Googling and looking up things. I wasn't exactly sure where I was going to come up with. After a fit of frustration, I went on Pinterest. I ended up looking up Fairy K, and I wanted to see the style. I wanted to see the style of dress. I wanted to see what people were wearing. I wanted to see what these people are surrounded by. A lot of them seemed to be, I wanted to just figure out exactly what it is. So I began taking pictures and just saving them because I knew, to me, again, gathering references is a 100% amazing thing for you to do, especially when you're new to things. Like for me, I'm new to the Fairy K fashion, so I need to know exactly what it is. I found some tights that I really enjoyed. I think that would be a really cute background for a character. I found the cute outfits. I found different things. I went back on Pinterest. I started looking at like pastel sky, just to get a good color scheme of what I was looking for, to get a good feeling of what I wanted to convey. These pastel skies make me feel dreamy. It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel almost relaxed, but in an elated way. I just started taking pictures and opening them up and saving them. And I found some really cute ones, like the sparkly one over here, or this cotton. I started looking up cotton candy. I started looking up just random different things. And when you're researching these things, you should look at it with intention. But I wanted to kind of figure out a feeling or mood because I wanted this to be a series. I'm also doing my best to avoid pastel or fairy K fox because I don't want to see other people's execution on that and become influenced by it. Even though I could be influenced by it or, use that to my advantage, I kind of want to come up with this on my own. That isn't to say that you can't be inspired by other people's executions because, again, no idea is original. I'm very sure somebody wanted to make a Fairy K themed fox or a Lolita cat. However, it literally all you have to do is when you find an idea or you find an execution that you like, think about, number one, why do I like it? Number two, what can I do better? And number three, how can I make this relatable to me or my audience? I tried to calm myself down by looking up and listening to my favorite music. This is actually Super Mario 3D World 5 for all my Nintendo nerds out there. And something clicked. I began looking up Super Mario 3D World 5 map because I remember specifically loving the environment. And this was exactly the color I was looking for. It made me feel something and I completely lost it. I just began thinking about different things. I started looking up certain things that matched the color scheme. I started saving everything. Then I began sketching. So this is actually still in real time. I had to figure out exactly what the heck was I trying to convey. I started coming up with ideas. I started thinking about okay, I have an idea for a background. I just began, whatever was going on in my mind, I just threw it all out there. Just threw it up right on the page. That's gross. But, and this is the beginning stages. We're still in the beginning stages of finding inspiration. So I began sketching just those generic shapes that appeared in the World 5 map of 3D World and what I wanted to convey and just different ideas that was going on in my mind. I liked the soapy, bubbly world aspect of it, but I remembered listening to that song and remembering how much that song meant to me and how wonderful I love that song. I can put that on loop for hours and not get sick of it. So I began sketching and thinking of ideas and continuing on with it. But I switched mediums, I tried pen, I tried pencils. I just wanted to do what I could. And this was the beginning of an idea.
So don't start by drawing, start by asking questions. In other words, easy way to say this is figure out what you want to express, then figure out the best way to express it. Concept is going to drive execution.
That is a clip from one of the subscription-based education platforms that I have. It's called SVS Learn, and it's based off of visual storytelling, children's book illustrations, just different. And it's a different way for me to learn illustration instead of your typical what you see in anime conventions, your single characters, your simple background type things. So this was actually a clip from SVS Learn, and the title of it is called Visual Storytelling Techniques. Because I knew I wanted to tell a story, or I wanted to tell some sort of story, and I kept racking my brain over how was I going to tell the story, what was the story about, but I wanted it to be something different than what I've saw before. So I knew there was the thing that I struggled the most with was backgrounds. But I think backgrounds, like a background for the character, was just generic. This wasn't the foundation of the piece that I wanted to convey. The foundation of the piece I wanted to convey was a story. Because when you have a story, that allows the content to drive the piece. You don't have to illustrate everything around it. If you have a strong story, then you're able to have a strong image. I hope you guys enjoy this. This is just a little glimpse into what I'm trying to do to figure out this freaking Fairy K series. And once I have the idea, once I have a strong foundation down, I'll be able to actually get it done and get it, start executing it. So I think what happened was I need to find a better way to start an image. And I think the first thing to start an image is the story. Anyway, you can check out the full course as well as subscribe to the SVS Learn. If you go on svs.thinkific.com, they have a lot of courses from how to use color to tell story. They have so much information, like a plethora of information. The $15 subscription a month is 100% worth it, if not 150% worth it. And if it wasn't for me stumbling upon this and just going into it, looking for an answer, I wouldn't have figured out that I have been planning my pieces all wrong. This wasn't even meant to be a plug for SVS, but honestly, this is kind of my rawest way of I'm trying to figure out how to do this Fairy K, this Fairy K series, and I wanted to make it something spectacular. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will check with you guys tomorrow. If you haven't seen my previous Vlogmas videos, check out my Vlogmas playlist because I'm going to be doing this every day, I hope, until December 25th. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a pretty kitty kind of day, and take care.